Good. How are you?
So you're more than free to come in.
Yes, sir.
When I tell you it's a zero tolerance.
I know.
No warnings.
Yep.
If there's any issues, you will be removed immediately.
I got you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Enjoy yourself.
I didn't get a warning last time, so I'm very familiar with the protocol.
Okay. Sneaky Pete.
So who has a question?
Is the other meeting over? Once you get inside buildings. Oh.
We have the string. So everybody was upset.
Kim, let's get a mic to you, please. Okay, to the lady, to the mighty lady and the mighty, I have all due respect. If you want your artifacts from the refuge, and you're what you have representatives from the tribe to go with them, and Carla, that has the keys, I will go with you and peacefully get your artifacts without fear. Okay, and I haven't been to the refuge. Judge Grassley, you speak of questions. These answers to your questions are spun.
Can we get you guys to move inside the door so it's not
I'll take one for example. What are you going to ask for in Washington, D.C.? That wasn't even a citizen's question. That was your question. What you wanted citizens for you to take. And you spun it. You're spinning it for your own political agenda, and you're not acting like you want an end to this.
I'd like to respond to that. The Burns Pike tribe has 15,000 years of history in the ground at Bird Refuge, and it's impossible to remove those artifacts, those sorts of things, so it's unrealistic to expect that the tribe would work with this and interfere with the federal investigation.
I just want to say that I've had conversations with people out at the refuge. Sheriff Porter would like to believe that you want a peaceful resolution to this. So far, you showed that. Although when you met with Hammond, he asked you specifically about addressing and redress grievance, and you refused to answer him. I feel like there's no communication there. And I also want to know why medical air flight is on standby. War assets in Boise State ground field are under tight security. There's restricted airspace over Lake and Harvard County. And there's extra medical staff and FBI combat surgical. And the hospital here has doubled or tripled the blood and plasma on hand. And the airtaker base in Redmond has FBI agents at it. Why is all that necessary if you honestly want a peaceful resolution?
I do want a peaceful resolution. I've asked for a peaceful resolution.
You haven't even
spoke. To go home so we can work this out.
But you won't talk to them.
But I'm not going to speak on behalf of any actions the FBI are taking.
You're in charge! You can make them go home!
You're the sheriff!
Can we get all of you that are out there, there's plenty of seats, I'm going to invite you to come on in.
We've been sitting already, we want to stand.
We're not going to take interruptions, that's going to end. So,
Well, then why
will you
have
please Spurs at it, come on, in.
Go ahead and talk. We're comfortable. We're comfortable. Go ahead.
Good, man. Go ahead. I want to stand.
It's all right to stand. We're good.
So we're going to take questions from the crowd here, guys.
Good evening. My real name is Master Sergeant Donna Noel Smith, retired. My husband and I both just retired from 40 years in the Army. I'm a combat medic and a licensed nurse. We just drove all day to be here from Douglas County to show our support to the entire community. My question is, I've had experience with, now I don't know the Bundys, and I know they're good people, and I know them well, but my question is, why isn't 3% Idaho President Brandon Curtis, who's a grandstander, who wants media attention to gain his membership of his private army? And why is Joe Rice here from Oath Keepers of Grants Pass, Oregon, when this is not their community? I think my question is, so y'all know, when I'm reading up these names, in the 40 years I was in the Army, we had something called the UCMJ. We also believe in due process. We fought for your Constitution, even though we didn't have constitutional rights while I served in boots up until this last September. Okay? So now I'm back to with the Constitution again. And my feeling is, and my concern is, I was at Sugar Pine Mine down at Grants Pass, and my question is, when I was a nurse there, and I saw misappropriation of funds and then grandstanding, pretending helicopters were coming in to attack us while I was working there as a nurse, because they wanted the media attention on YouTube. Now they're using your county. 3% Idaho. Not the other 3%, but they're coming up here. Why can't you guys ask 3% Idaho? Brandon Curtis and Joe Rice to leave your county. I think you could solve things with Mr. Bundy if you could get rid of them.
I'm Liz Ackerman, and I've been here for close to 60 years. And right at this point, I don't really give a rip who or what side. This started out about the Hammonds, and it was far gone past that. They've been dropped on the dark side for these guys standing up for what they believe. They have that right, but I would ask, why don't they go home to their own states and do it, their own counties and do it, and leave us to the life we've led, and let us work out the things we want to work out, because we've done that for years and have done it very well. There's always been patches in everything we do, but that's just life in general.
Yeah, no, just stay here with me. Stay here.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Greg LaFollette, Mayor of Burns, Oregon. I was born in Grant County, and Harney County's been home since 1977 for me. Today, as I pondered what point and message needed to be communicated, it occurred to me that the unified message from those here with me and you folks here continues to be this: go home. Please leave our community. This unwavering message is to those who have invaded our community and have shared their message. I've watched people attempt to turn this situation into a political battle or a race issue, an issue that has continued to pit friend against friend and family against family. The misuse of social media has become extremely evident as people share a thought or an opinion void of any specific context or facts. It is these social media conflicts that are tearing friendships apart. Moving forward, let's be mindful of the impact of our comments
Yes, you
and
must repeat
statements
sentently.
and how they affect
I'm Maggie Rose.
Very nice to meet you. Pleasure.
Pleasure to finally meet you. My husband, Captain Smith, retired.
How's it going? Good to see you. Very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you, sir.
It's
Pleasure.
certainly full of heroes. And they're always here. It's that just now that we have many, many more of them. And those heroes that I'm referring to are often, but not always, wearing a uniform. Thank you to all the various law enforcement personnel who have left their homes to serve our community and assist our own. I thank you to all of you. This wonderful community that we call home needs to, more than ever, to stand together, united, showing the world the beauty of our community family, never allowing outsiders messages of division to ever gain a foothold. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Day. I think it's appropriate that I close with a quote from him. Violence as a way of achieving justice is both impractical, and immoral. I am not unmindful of the fact that violence often brings about momentary results. Nations have frequently won their independence in battle, but in spite of temporary victories, violence never brings permanent peace. It is peace that we need, no more threats of violence. Let's end this stalemate peacefully today.
All right, we'll back over here.
My name is Margaret Wallace. I am a veteran. I am also a retired RN. I've lived in Harney County for 18 years, and I'm very proud to call this place my home. I want to speak to whoever it is out there that is my county. Those are ready. We in this community are very good at solving problems. We don't always agree. We don't always wind up on the same page. But you know what? We get along with each other because we are a community. And that's what the rest of the world is out there looking for. They want to know how we do this. And we want you, who are stirring up trouble and speaking out fear, to stop it. If it's not kind, if it's not necessary, and if it's not true, keep it right here between your lips and get your boots out of my county.
My name is Scott Allen, and I have heard Mr. Bundy on video say that if we can have a public forum, that he'll announce his plans to leave. So I say we hand the mic to him, and he can tell us how he's going to leave.
I'm Elizabeth Relling from Cinnamon, Oregon, and I have one question for Liz Walden. How are you going to get the Hammonds back home when they belong?
Yeah!
Say all you want back there in Washington, D.C., but what are you going to do about it? Actions speak louder than words.
I want to respond to that real clearly. Nothing can get done about the Hammonds until Bundy's out of here. Every conversation that I have with the Department of Justice, with the Department of Interior, nothing. Once more. Nothing can happen. We can't talk about fixing our issues. We can't talk about Hammonds. We can't talk about nothing while this guy is here. Go home.
You go home.
Okay, one person at a time, please.
can speak over there, but not over here.
My name is
I don't need you to follow on me. Really?
Coming out.
Don't like us asking questions.
Because I asked a question?
Yes.
If you're being disruptive.
How was I being disruptive? I asked a question.
Because we're asking.
Oh, so speaking comment, making a comment is getting me thrown? Really? You gonna say
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, sir. You are?
They're not constitutional.
Really? You're a chef there, right?
Lieutenant Needham says you're gone, you're gone.
Really? So you follow orders? Regardless of what it is? You have no moral justification yourself? What about the Constitution?
I don't know what happened in there. I know that he told you to leave.
Aren't you sworn to protect the people and their rights? Are you not? Did you not take an oath?
Sure.
And how am I being disruptive?
I don't know. I wasn't in there.
Why don't
But
you
you're not
find out?
standing up for us.
Really?
You don't
I
stand up
asked
for
a
us to
question.
keep our voices.
I just happened to ask a question and you didn't like it. I wouldn't disrespect.
I'd like to see everybody resolve this peacefully. I'm not going to dig into the investigation side of the house. I'm not going to jump into what they're doing and what they're not doing. The nice lady back there, I'm not in charge of what goes on at the hospital. It's an honest question. I wish I had a better answer. But there's a lot here that needs to be worked out. You know, I think that we agree on a lot of things. We disagree on a handful of others. I disagree with the way that this came about. I did agree with the peaceful demonstration. I don't want to see the Hammer sit in prison for the rest, for a longer sentence. I think it's a law that needs to be worked out through the appropriate channels. I'm going to enforce the law while I'm here. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm an imperfect human being. And I guess I have to ask God to help me with the rest.
Hi, my name is Katie Beatty. I've grown up in Burns. I graduated high school in Crane and have called Kearney County home for nearly 30 years, in case anybody cares who I am and why I'm relevant. So, in the last few weeks, our little community in Kearney County has seen more press, drama, and hatred than ever before. I have not publicly stated my opinion in regards to the current situation at the refuge. I have also refrained from social media. The only message that I have actively supported and stood behind is the initiative to bring the Hammonds home. Due to my disconnect from the social media platform, I have not become part of any secret or public groups that, in my opinion, were created specifically to slander members of our community under the facade of a disagreement with the Bundy agenda. I feel after being attacked and slandered that I probably should set the record straight. And I'm not a Bundy lover. I've never met a Bundy, and love's a pretty strong word for a stranger. I'm also not a self-proclaimed anti-government martyr. I do, however, love the Hammonds, and I want to see both of them come home. My question, though, is what happens when the media and individuals at the refuge do leave? Who will be around to make sure that something productive comes from this? It won't be Fox or NBC or CNN. Maybe Pete Santilli. I heard he's going to buy the radio. The quiet little community where nobody questions Big Brother. As soon as the hourglass runs out for the folks at the refuge, we can just get back to our normal lives. I don't want to go back to normal. I want to see something, I want to see change, progress, results. I want to see Kearney County's strong effort to bring Stephen into White home. I want to see the land management issues addressed. I want to see the families that be able to together in harmony and collaboration to take care of the land here, and it can be done. I want to see Kearney County band together as a community and support our neighbors in Malheur County, who are at a risk of losing nearly a third of their county, so a shoe company on the west side of the state can make money on hiking boots. We've all stood shoulder to shoulder to save our theater, send our kids on numerous trips, save our sports programs, raise money to help locals pay medical bills, and the list just goes on. Why is it that now, when the entire nation is watching our every move, do we decide to tear each other down? We went to school together, our kids learn and play together, we attend the same community functions together.
It's so nice, folks. And while we greatly appreciate that law enforcement, up to this point, has avoided anyone from getting hurt, there are other damaging effects that deserve consideration. We need to recognize what's really going on down at the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge. For 3 weeks now, it has been an active crime scene, and it needs to be handled as such. We need to begin isolating and containing the occupiers. We need to prevent the transportation and resupply in and out of the refuge. We need to make the scene less comfortable by disconnecting the electrical, internet, telephone services that our occupiers are enjoying. So in conclusion, and this is the point, I call upon our elected officials, our law enforcement, our responsible federal agencies, such as the FBI and the Department of Justice, to stop being so nice and to start taking the necessary actions to end this standoff, to return the refuge to the public, and to enable the restoration and healing within our community.
I'd like to address Tom Sharp about the elephant in this room. The elephant in this room, I'm Erin Moffat, and I've spoke at every single one of these meetings. And the elephant in this room is an overreaching federal government that has sent white and Stephen back to prison for the second time. These people have stood up here. There's representatives in Washington, representatives in Oregon. They all think it's unjust. And that is the elephant in this room. And instead of talking about who needs to go home, we need to start talking about who needs to come home. Who needs to and I'm sorry, I'm getting mad, but I am sick of this. I am sick of this. Do you realize how selfish we are? Every single one of us, me included. This has been heck on me. I haven't enjoyed this. But what about Susie Hammond? What about Dwight and Stephen Hammond, who are in a prison cell? Has anybody thought about what they're going through? And we're talking about our rights being violated. Think about their rights. Susie was on Lou Dobbs last night. Lou Dobbs asked, has any one of your representatives called you to talk to you? I want to ask you three gentlemen right there, have any one of you called Susie Hammond since her husband and her son have been sent back to prison, or Erlinda Hammond, whose family is torn apart? Have any one of you called them?
Sorry. My name is Isabel, and I live here in Hines. I would like just to clarify to everybody that mandatory minimum sentencing was not invented for the Hammonds a few years ago. It has been around for 20 years, and it was the Republicans who put them in place. For 20 years, mostly inner city, poor, minority men have been unjustly jailed for endless sentences. For 20 years, the Democrats have been trying to get rid of mandatory sentencing. So tell Greg Walden to go across the aisle and talk home. But they were not invented for the Hammonds. And the Hammonds committed a crime, and they got the sentence that was appropriate for that crime. And it is very sad, but it is sad for everybody in America who has an unfair sentence. Not just the Hammonds, not just because they are your neighbors and you know them. And you need to start realizing that the rest of the world, especially the rest of the United States, people work hard, even if they're environmentalists, even if they're Democrats, even if they're liberals, even if they love their national parks and yes, their national monuments, even they get up in the morning, work take care of their children, raise their children, and serve their country. And so instead of invading our wildlife refuge and then daring to come here in our public school while our children are practicing their sports, you should just go home and I hope somebody catches you on the way and you go to jail where you deserve to be.
It was to bring up some things that were not going right with the government, okay? Not to pick on individuals and to blackball everybody and to fight with everybody. We're all Americans. We're all God's children. Right. Right. You know, and I just ask, if anybody has a problem with what these people are doing, run for office.
My name is Roy Swanky, and I've lived in Holmes County for 25 years. And this goes out to what I said, and as Aaron Moffat said, the original objectives of everything here was bring the Hammonds home. And after the rally, the other organizers and stuff got together down at the fairgrounds, and the words they said was the Bundys hijacked the rally. Well, that's true, but that's not all of it. The Bundys hijacked the Hammonds. Right now, the Hammonds seems right now that the Hammonds is like for a lot of people, is like a second or third objective. I mean, we've got all this talk about management or ownership of federal lands. Well, that's been around for over 100 years. It didn't get changed here in this county, and it didn't even get changed in the next week or two or whatever, bringing the Hammonds home. Well, I got thinking the other night, and this is something Steve said. As long as you guys are holding the refuge hostage down there, the Hammonds will stay in jail. They will not come home. Because they don't negotiate that type of situation. If they give in to you guys, then the next person that gets sentenced or whatever, there's a bunch of friends take over the other refuge or some other place. So they will never give in as long as you're holding that down. I've talked many times, I shouldn't say many times, but I've said several times that you need to sign a petition to bring the hand or get the sentences commuted, or we don't have a word, whatever word that clemency. Yes, thank you. I have another idea on that there. You know, there's probably around 100,000, I've heard people support the petition to Clemens, or whatever, the Hammonds. I think we need to, as a community, start another petition. A petition that is limited to either Harmony County citizens, or maybe, I was going to say, take a 100-mile radius around the Hammonds Ranch and get everybody that's within that, can vote, get them all. They would be the only ones that could sign the petition. Then, because I think most of the people in that radius supports bringing the Hammonds home. And even though there may only be 6,000 or 7,000 people, what you do is then you look at how many signs it, and you come up with a percentage. And then you do the same thing around Washington, D.C. Well, let me go back. I think you'd have a high percentage, 80, 90%. Then I was going to say you take the same radius around Washington, D.C. and figure out the population there. And I would guess, you're going to talk 30 million or 50 million. And then you can say, take it to the president and say, down here 90% of the people support bringing the Hammonds home. If you want to do that around Washington, D.C., you'd have to have millions of people sign a petition. And I don't see millions of people signing the petition that's going on now. Even if you had 100,000, even if you had 1 million people sign the present petition, that would be 1/3% of the population of the United States. So anyway, I'm just making that a suggestion of something else we might be able to do.
I'm Tom Wallace, and I live here in Harney County. I live in 640 square feet down on East Street next to the river in what used to be called Whiskey Flats. I love it there. It's a dead-end road. My animals don't get hit. And I don't. My wife, bless her heart, has taught me something over and over again. That there's not all that much wrong with the United States of America except the blame game. We're really quick to lay blame on somebody else for something, whether it's Steve in office or the sheriff whose hands are tied, or the federal government, as the man just explained, whose hands are tied with the Hammonds because the United States, the federal government, does not negotiate with what they consider terrorism. And I don't mean anything bad about that, Mr. Bundy. I appreciate you coming. Would really like you to go home. But the blame game is what is wrong with this society. It isn't about who's right or wrong. It's about how can we fix it in the proper fashion. That's all I have to say.
My name is Larry Barkley. I've lived here for 30 years. I'm a dried up old man with nothing left, just like Chris Bryce. And I want to say, why can't we have meetings? You know, get these problems solved, get it over with, and move on. We can't in our own county building? Come on. And if so, how do we adjust our taxes? We don't need to be paid for those. And the other thing is, Mr. Ward, you said it yourself, you agree with the Bundys on a lot of things. However, why do we have the FBI here? We have great sheriffs, and I know I'm going to get beat from the backside on this. We have great sheriffs. I know most of them. Grew up with them. Kick the FBI out of here, and you guys are confident enough to take care of yourself.
Hello, my name is Becky Proctor. I am a Burns Harding County resident all my life. I am the 12th generation Burns County Indian. What made me decide to come out here tonight was I came to the school, got my son, and took him home from wrestling. A Ford Tempo car that came back, out of state license, went by my house and told me to return to the Revs. You know what? This is my Revs. I grew up here. I went to high school. My son doesn't need to be putting a chair in front of his door every night to make sure that me, a single mother, is safe. I'm not doing it anymore. I went out and got my shotgun. And if anyone comes to my door that I don't know or threatens me or my son, it will be handled. I'm not going to put up with it.
So, listen, we've been asked a couple times, why not the meetings in the county building? So, you want to meet in county buildings, you're welcome to. Anybody that's doing criminal activities, not welcome. We're not going to set up displays for those that want to sell drugs. Anybody in this room can come and talk to me. Vanessa did today, we had a great conversation. I don't know if we got an answer. You beat me up. I got that. That's part of my responsibility. I accept it. I'll try to do better next time. I'm going to keep trying to do better. This is my home. This is your home. I work for all of you. Call that a pity factor, a pity thing. I can give you a whole list of things why I'm distressed. My family's distressed. I'm not doing it. This community is what I work for. Mr. Bundy, be very clear. I'm happy to meet you. Any place outside my county, it is time for you to go home. These people keep telling me.
Time for him to go to jail. Time for him to go to jail. Time for him to go to jail.
See how divided that is? You see how divided that is? Yeah, let him speak.
it's probably a good thing that we get together here and that we allow people to voice their opinions. They can voice their opinions passionately, maybe then perhaps they'll get their, I don't know, we call it catharsis, cleansing ourselves a little bit. But when we're done yelling, we're gonna need to get together again as a community.
Right.
I forgot to say my name. I'm Pastor Matthew Littow, sort of a Lutheran, Episcopalian, native, traditional kind of hybrid. When the yelling is done, and let's not hurt each other physically, go ahead and yell if you need to. But we're going to need to get together after all that's done.
Excuse me, sorry.
Regardless of how long this thing continues, I'm going to stay here. I grew up in Western Oregon, and ever since, and for the past 45 years, I've been coming out here on a regular basis to hunt deer, catch fish, shoot chuckers, and even chase a couple of jackrabbits. Harney County is very close to my heart, always has been. Let's pray for peace.
It's good to be in the midst of so many passionate people. We have some very divided people here. And I'm going to use something here that I hope will follow up with what Matt said. My name is Brian Bowman. I pastor the Harney County Church of Nazarene. I've been here next month 4 years. And I just wanted to say I've lived in 9 states in my 56 years. And this is the best place I've lived in those 56 years. Mr. Bundy, it's nice to have you here, and some of your other men, I've seen them around. You have certainly brought a voice. Without taking sides, I just want to say thank you because you have made an awareness. You've also created a lot of division, and I'm not equating you to him, but a guy named Jesus did the same thing. And I want to challenge us, kind of what Matt said, before I share from this. No, it's not the Bible, but it's close for some ladies. The word came up to me as I was sitting there. I have some very passionate men right here, and women, I've heard you. And we've had some passionate people on both sides of the fence. But I want to challenge us. Jesus was an individual, was God's only son, that was full of grace. We need to extend some grace to one another here.
Amen.
I think as Matt said, boy, we have some very strong opinions everywhere, and we have some in the middle. What if we sat down and, without yelling, without swearing, without name-calling, worked it out?
Right.
Is that possible? Okay.
Yeah.
Any of you ladies have this in your kitchen? Can I see hands? Come on, just be, I have a few hands. Maybe some men, I don't want any guys left out either. There you go. Include everybody. One of my favorite desserts is chocolate chip cookies. I want to read you the ingredients required for chocolate chip cookies. Granulated sugar, brown sugar, margarine or butter, shortening.
Look at that. So he pitches him out to the roof of this granary that he crawled in because the door was froze shut. He got 4 of them to go through that little hole that he crawled in, and they landed outside. So he brings them to the house, and he hands these 4 little burrito-looking things to Mom, and Mom says, "Your dad's right behind you, give them to him." Those can't be in the house. So he handed them to me, and being the suave, great dad that I am, I said, "Don't give them to me." The point of the story is we called the sheriff.
Excuse me.
And the sheriff said, you know,
Is it open?
this is what happens if finance goes on.
Hi.
Where's Anthony? Did he take off?
Yeah, he had to go. Otherwise, they were going to press charges.
Somebody turned up the freaking heat in there. I was sweating my, you know what's off.
Yeah.
And I ended up on the committee of safety, which have been vilified, and you're on this committee. My message tonight is this. We've heard so much from so many passionate people. And I'm 56 years old, and I've spent about the last 30 years of my life in animal agriculture, sitting in meetings, collaborating. And this is a big thing now, especially in animal agriculture, because what we have wolves, and we have a sage grouse, and we work so hard, and we listen to Mrs. Marshall. What was her first name? Georgia Marshall. And I listen to the passion and the anger, and she's not going to let somebody steal what she's worked so hard for. And I flash back into that 30 years of collaborating, and I just vision the crumbs sweeping off the table for that little bit of what they were negotiating for. To the point, and I'll quit. I'm sorry I've gone on. We have a unique opportunity as Harney County. We have a unique opportunity to write where we're going from here. The Committee of Safety finds itself in this unique position to be in the middle of this and to visit with our elected officials and visit with Ammon and his position and be the voice of the people. The premier component of this meeting, every meeting, whoever you are, is every voice in the room, should you show up, every voice in this county is critical that they be heard, whether they're for or against, Democrat or Republican, just moved here 6 months ago, been here for 12 generations. Every voice is critical and must be heard with respect. The place to go now is to the future. How do we heal? How do we move forward? Committee of Safety is working on that. We started with 7, we're now up to 80. Our position is to move forward and make this a better place for everybody. Everybody's voice in the room. And that's where the power is. Okay? We've got the sheriff's back. We love the sheriff's department and all these guys that are in it. We've got Steve Grasdy's back. Because why? We, the people of Harney County, put him where he is. We will hold him accountable, but we will also have his back.
Put it up, Pete. What do you want to ask?
You can take
My name is Jennifer Williams. My son was injured 2 years ago this month in a severe auto accident. And I see a lot of the folks in this room that came to fundraisers, that have prayed for him, that have stood beside him, and now I watch you guys kill each other off with your mouths and your broken hearts, because we're all hurt, and we're all hurting for the same thing. And I think that's where we're lost, is we're not seeing that we're all on the same page. Right. We all want government that's accountable. We all want each other's backs. We all want to work together. We all want to pray for each other. I've seen it. But I also saw he had eye surgery yesterday. It's a long process to get these things fixed. Ammon, you need to go home to your family. Thank you. Thank you. I've learned so many things that I didn't realize. Like when Walden said the other day that BLM said they would build the fences and now they want the ranchers too. I didn't know that. I'm sorry, I was busy. I was busy doing other things. I didn't know these things. Now I'm aware. Now I know what to watch for. Thank you guys for bringing that up. Please, this is a community that sticks together like none other. I grew up in Los Angeles. We never, ever would have had the support for our family that I have had through this community. And I thank you guys. I thank you beyond compare. And I just ask that we stick together, we take each other's backs, we make ourselves chocolate chip cookies or whatever. Work together. Let's not forget. Let's keep meeting and let's get it fixed, what we can fix. But let's not kill each other off. Please? You guys mean too much to us. Thank you.
Listen, we said we were going to end at 8:30 and we're going to. That's a great set of comments to end on. This is a great place. Emma, I do admire you for showing up here. But your point was made 14, 15 days ago. Let's move on. We can make this work. Any one of you want to come to my office, I'll make time. I'm consumed every day by the stuff that's going on around us in our community. But any one of you is welcome to my office anytime. It may take me a few minutes to get there. Ask Sharon, she's here. Mr. Bundy, if this was going to go upside down, you were going to be attacked. I suspect this is probably as good a place as any. That didn't happen. Give us respect for that. I can't commit to sheriff or law enforcement, but you came in here peacefully, and you're going to leave peacefully as best I can tell. Don't stop. I'll get you in my pickup. I'll drive you wherever you want to go. I don't care if it's Utah. I'll take you there. But go home, will you? We got families. We need to move on. For the rest of you, help us get this together. You want to come up and beat me up? I'll be there to be beat up. I suspect Pete and Dan will take it too. Dan's over trying to figure out a collaborative effort that we can put together, grassroots, driven by all of us, to help do this, further the success stories we've had, make them better, get empowered, hear better, make our decisions. But you guys got to help me, the whole community. Thanks for your evening here. I really appreciate it.
Where's that?
Next Monday at 7 here.
I didn't get a chance to ask that question.
They don't want you or me on there anymore.
Excuse me. Can you step aside, please? Yeah, you go. You go. Excuse us, ma'am. Excuse me. Good night. You too. All right. Let's go. Stay right with me. What about the Constitution? Boo! Huh? What about the U.S. Constitution? I didn't hear a Constitution mentioned once there. They don't say the word Constitution in there. Hey. Gunny, is that your guy? Yes. Where's
Where's your rig, bud? Huh? Where's your rig?
Great job, Ammon. Take care, dude. All right. Good job. Deb, you here? Okay, good job. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, great job. You know what? Every voice matters. Everyone's presence matters. That happened tonight. It happened peacefully. That's a beautiful...
Ammon didn't get a chance to speak.
Huh?
Until Ammon didn't get a chance to speak.
Well,
every voice needs to be heard.
Yeah, his presence said a million words. Oh yeah, he spoke, Blaine. He did. Dude, at this point, he doesn't even have to open up his Constitution anymore. I think every word is deeply embedded in everyone's brain.
You're press, right?
Hey, John.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Yes, he is. He's ABC.
How we doing, John?
He's ABC, dude.
Okay.
Yep.
He's a good guy.
Yep.
I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, he's one of us, bro.
Yeah.
Good? Huh? Yeah, let's go. Okay. All right, good job, everybody. Good job. That's right. Ain't no party like a West Coast party. Yeah. What's up, brother? How are you, man?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Nice to meet you. What brings you?
I was here to see the meeting.
There you go. Good deal. Keep going to all the meetings, man. Get actively involved. You're local, right?
Yeah, local. You met me before, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I've met so many people. Yeah.
I want to let you know something.
What's up?
I went to go get a drink. Over here at the aisle thing.
Sure.
And one of the cops came up to me and said, "Hey, you can't come back there." I was like, "Why? I just can't drink water." And he said, "No, you have to go back and take it out and see."
Yeah,
I
I know.
What the hell?
They told me too. They had a gate there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
thirsty. I need some water.
Right. And they turn the heat up too. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Take care, Tyler. Now I'm gonna be there. What are you shooting for? For RT?
Shake your hand.
Hi, how are you? Very nice to meet
I'm
you.
Judy, and I just
Hi,
love
Judy.
you.
Oh, all right, give me a hug then. Come on. That's good. Yeah, I haven't met any haters.
Oh, no,
Were they
I'm
all
not a
right?
hater.
What?
Thanks again, man.
Were they all right? Thank you very much.
Yeah, not,
You know?
they didn't mention the Constitution at all. We just fucking listened to Kim. Are they really
Can you
gonna
imagine that?
continue
They don't
to be
even
stupid?
talk about the U.S. Constitution. Everybody's like, we gotta go back to normal. We gotta go back to normal.
Gotta go.
What's wrong? You do?
We're on his detail.
Okay, sir. Sorry. Hey, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. What's up? What's up, party people? America! America! What about the Constitution? Anybody? Good job.
Good job, Kim.
Tomorrow I'm gonna go buy that radio station.
That's a copy of
That
what
was
I
so
read.
beautiful. You did such a great job. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, I really
It was
am.
funny, my speech teacher that was in high school, who was my speech teacher in high school, told me that I did a really good
You
job.
did a beautiful job.
And I told
Yeah.
him, I was telling Mom this morning, Mr. Frank would have gave me an A.
Yes.
Yeah.
We give you an A.
Katie Beatty.
Plus.
You know what? That's very courageous of you to come out, and you did a great job, okay? That's why we love you guys. That's why we just, I don't know, I don't even want to leave anymore. I just want to stay here.
When are you guys leaving?
Huh? I don't even know if we are.
We love you guys.
Bye, we love you guys. I got you. No, yeah, we don't do that lightly.
I don't want to do the splits.
No, you won't. Huh? It would be amazing how much lighter you would be on your feet once I lifted you up.
Really?
Huh?
Really?
Merca!
Safe, guys.
Merca! Merca! Be safe. Drive safely. Huh? Yeah, there they go, right there. Yeah. That's why I had the camera on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to make sure. Merca! Merca!
I hear you have a new nickname.
What?
Rodeo.
Huh?
Rodeo.
Rodeo? Yeah! I have a new nickname. It's Rodeo. Rodeo. Rodeo Pete. What's up? Thank you! America! Can you hold this so we can just do commentary on the way home? I can. I'm going to keep the stream going.
Yep.
Okay.
Is this going to be like in my face?
Huh?
Is it going to be in my face?
Shouldn't be.
No. Yeah.
Shouldn't be.
Wow, it's cold.
It's cold right now. What's up with that?
Oh.
I wish it'd make up its mind. Okay. You turn off this one? No.
No?
I'll leave it on until we get home.
Okay.
No ticket? No ticket. What's up with that?
I know. Wow. That was interesting.
That was great, wasn't it?
My
Beautiful
goodness.
day in America. Beautiful day in America.
Okay, so we came here right after the Chris Ann Hall meeting.
Immediately following.
I mean, immediately. Emma was at that meeting. He was received very well.
You guys just deal with the black screen. It's dark out, so.
Do you want me to show you?
Huh? No.
No, because you can put down these.
No, just because, huh?
You can put down these and put more light on the subject.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do that.
Uh-huh. We could try.
Okay.
Well, you're showing a little. You have to lift that up. There you go. That'll be right on your face. No, now we can see you.
You can?
Yeah.
I can't freaking drive. I can't.
It is so freaking cold.
Oh, it is.
Rodeo. All right.
Rodeo.
So
Rodeo Pete.
Ammon was very quiet at that meeting also. He did not interject or, I mean, he was just very quiet and very well received at the Chris Ann Hall meeting, which was phenomenal, by the way. I suggest that if she is ever anywhere within driving distance of you, that you should probably go see her. It's very inspiring.
We're going to go see our friends at the Shell, by the way.
By the way.
By the way.
You know, we were received very well.
Yeah, overall. And you know what?
Overall.
People, like, everyone keeps saying, okay, for those of you that keep saying, I want you to go home, I want you to go home. Okay, you need to stop saying that, okay? You need to say, let's restore the U.S. constitutional republic that we live in, okay? That all of us, and by the way, we're not outsiders. We live in the United States of America, right?
Right.
And going home, okay? Here's the beautiful thing, all right? Once you guys start figuring out what our constitutional rights are, hey, man, what's up, dude? We just went to the meeting. How you doing?
Pretty good.
We just went to the meeting down at the, and we're on right now. Is that okay?
Yeah, I don't care.
Are you sure? Okay, good deal. I just wanted to let you know. We went down to the meeting at the high school. It went great.
Good.
It went awesome.
I'm glad.
Ammon was there.
I was going to say.
Ammon Bundy was there.
I'm actually glad.
It went
they
peacefully.
actually let you stay.
Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I was given my marching orders. I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't allowed to say Constitution. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I am very glad to hear that.
Yeah. Well, I'm very glad. I'm glad it worked out the way it did. I'm really glad it worked out the way it did. Oh, thank you, sir.
So,
Yes, sir, please. Fill it up.
everyone got to hear, that crowd. What you didn't get to hear was the crowd with Chris Ann Hall.
Oh my goodness!
There was
there
400
were more people in Chris Ann Hall's meeting than there were in that gymnasium.
Oh yes, by far.
Yeah.
400 people who actually don't mind talking about
Hold
the
on 1 second.
Constitution.
What's that?
What was discussed? Because I couldn't make it there.
You know, just people were voicing their opinions, and that particular meeting. I mean, this grassy, nasty dude. Okay, he's like, I'll take you anywhere out of this county. I'll take you. He's losing his mind. Okay, this grassy guy, right? Wants to drive Ammon out of the county. He says he wants to drive him out of the county. I think he should say, you know what? I want to make this county constitutional, and then you can leave, and then everything's fine. Right?
Yeah.
But he didn't say that. They don't even mention anything about our God-given rights being protected. They don't want to mention that. They brush it off. That's all we're there for, dude. That's all we're here for. That's all we want to talk about. We had a meeting with Chris Ann Hall. There were more people at that meeting, in that hall at the fairgrounds, than there were at this high school meeting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people that felt,
Oh,
people that
yes.
got educated, people who were empowered by what their true powers are here within the state. They know that they can still protect the environment. They can preserve the land, protect the environment, and take better care of it than the federal government can. That's a given. Yeah.
Government don't really take care of it. So.
You know, and the federal government, literally, if the people are realizing now that the state, within the state, it has the most power. The people have all their power within the state. We learned that through that class. So.
And local
Thankfully.
government also.
Yeah, and local government. Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
So like all unconstitutional stuff that they put out from the federal government, you guys have the power here in this community to nullify it completely. You can actually pass a resolution and say, you know, all of Obama's illegal, unconstitutional executive orders can be nullified.
That's what needs to happen.
That's what needs to happen.
That's what needs to happen.
That's exactly what needs to happen. They don't talk about, in those meetings, they don't talk about nullification. They just keep saying, we have to go home. We want you to go home. You need to leave so we can move on. That's what I'm talking to the camera right here.
Oh, yeah.
We want you to leave. We just want normal.
The look he just gave you behind your back was priceless.
It was what he said.
You're awesome.
Robert, later, man.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, bro.
You too, man.
We'll see you at the next round. Okay. Peace out. Stay strong.
Always.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good night.
By the way, they pump your gas for you here in Burns, Oregon.
Where you at, Kenny? You're going to the compound? Oh, okay.
Why? What happened?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Okay. What's that? They did. They already head out. I think they're already gone.
Oh yeah, they left.
I would. You know what? I wouldn't worry about it at this point in time. Hold on. Hold on, Kenny.
Don't want to give anybody a freebie.
Hey, Kenny?
Put him on speaker.
Kenny.
It's illegal to talk on your cell phone
Huh?
here in Burns, Oregon.
It is?
While you're driving. Yeah.
Here we are. We got, hey. What's that? You think so? Where? You think so? Okay. All right, you know what? I'm not going to second guess you. All right, we'll do that. Okay, here we go.
What are we
Just,
doing?
What?
What are we doing?
Nothing. We're just doing our thing and trying to be. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yes. Just saying hello. Waving goodbye. Hmm? I say hello.
Say goodbye.
Yeah?
I say hello.
Just everybody chill for a couple seconds, all right? I can't tell you what's going on right now. Just trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Can you see me in the screen?
Absolutely.
Okay, I need to smoke my brains out for a second. There we are.
My feet are soaking wet.
Yeah, word up to all the sheriff's deputies out here. Huh? They were so cool with us. Weren't they?
They were very
they were great.
cool.
They were awesome. They've been very, very nice. Actually, you know what? We've been here so long, we're starting to become friends with them.
Mr. Needham, Officer Needham tried, and then Mr. Needham said, well, Pete Santilli's not really...
He said?
That's what he said.
Really? Hey, Mr. Needham, I got a First Amendment in my left breast pocket. Right? Oh, I'm with the press, all right. I'm just a non-conforming kind of press, okay? I don't, Pete Santilli's not with the press.
Well, no, he said he's not really press.
I'm pulled.
And
Ben Time Traveler has his press credential, I have it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that was said, but he backed off, you know.
He was nice, right?
Very nice. He wasn't mean, but he was getting mean with Ben. Because Ben, you know why? Because Needham.
Neener.
He told me to tell you that he was very much appreciative of your demeanor this evening and how you conducted yourself.
Well, it's difficult to meander your way through tyranny with the live stream.
It really is. It's really hard to stand there and listen to what those people have to say, because I know that there were 400 people in another building that said completely the opposite. And you can't film them because they are so frightened about what will happen to them if they get caught at a meeting. And I was actually going to say that. I thought many times to get up and actually say that, you know, to the people that had congregated there. The one thing I've noticed, and I love Katie Beatty, I loved what she had to say.
Oh, I love her speech. Hey, what's your location?
We're about 5 to 5 miles after you make that first turn to come out here.
Okay.
Alright?
Okay.
How far are you at?
I'm right behind you.
We have a long line of cars coming this way.
Huh?
From the airport.
There is? Hey,
yes.
long line of cars coming from the airport. Long line of cars coming from the airport. Did you hear me?
Let's try to stay chill here. And I mean a long line of cars. Okay.
Hold on.
So, I loved what Katie had to say.
No, looks like we're okay.
They're not turning this way?
No.
That's good.
I see them doing that, no.
She was very articulate in what she said, and you know.
We're on the Jumbotron anyway.
Yeah.
Huh.
She was very, you know what, Katie was nervous about saying what she said in front of everybody. It wasn't directed at the Bundys, it was directed at the people in her community about how vicious they've all gotten. It's interesting to note that one woman said that an out-of-state car, a Ford Tempo, which was very generic, pulled up beside her and said, "Go back to the res." And I just couldn't believe the debauchery in that. You know, she got very weak applause because I don't believe that anybody else there believed what she had to say. You know, I can tell you right now that if somebody said that to her, it wasn't anybody that we know.
I was disappointed that we didn't hear from Mr. Grasty's granddaughter. Just kidding. Actually, I'm actually you know what? I'm actually pleased that he didn't do that. Because I don't know if I could tolerate a second round of that. Okay.
You know what is quite interesting here is to see this dynamic that was in that gymnasium. The people who say, go home. As far as I'm concerned, we are home. These people don't say that to people who come and spend their money here during tourist season, you know. This is the United States of America. We are allowed to go anywhere. In this. We're allowed to go anywhere in this country and be welcomed. And indeed, we have been. We've shopped in their stores, right?
Yeah, actually, we've contributed to our listeners, okay, have contributed to the local economy here. Yeah, it's come, through you guys. You guys are literally, by supporting our efforts and us spending money in the local community with local shop owners, you guys have definitely helped the county of Harney, city of Burns, town of Burns.
I told Chris Ann Hall that.
Can you still see me?
Yes. I told Chris Ann Hall that it was an amazing thing that there were 400 people show up to that meeting. Because 3 weeks ago when we got here, you couldn't have got 10 people to show up at that meeting.
No. You remember the first meeting we went to? We had 10 people.
Yes.
Maybe. Right?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. The first one we went to, there was no one there.
I have to say, I'm not throwing
the only people there were
at us. Okay?
The only
I'm not
people
saying that we, single-handedly, started bringing people to awareness, but
and I've got to say that in that meeting there was 10 to 15, and in that meeting there was you, me, John Ritzheimer, Ryan Payne, Kenny, Ben Time Traveler, and
Jason Patrick,
Blaine Cooper. And the rest of the people, the other 6 or so, were locals. To watch 400 people pour into that same building that we were in that first night we came here was nothing short of a miracle, as far as I'm concerned. The people in the gymnasium, they want to complain. They want to talk about.
They want you to go home.
This is our community. This is where we live. You have no right here. But that community tore the Hammonds' life apart. Now, somebody accused Ammon Bundy of hijacking the Hammonds.
No, it's not true. That's just not true.
I also heard somebody say, and I have to watch it, that Susie Hammond was on Lou Dobbs last night.
Yes.
Do you think that a month ago, 2 months ago, when we started covering this, that Susie Hammond would feel comfortable enough to go on Lou Dobbs? She would never, I guarantee you, she would never have done it 4 weeks ago. She wouldn't have. She would not have done that. Will Ammon Bundy say it's time to go home? I don't know. I know that he will think about it. I know that he does think about it. I know that he does. I know that he misses his family. I miss my family. I miss our studio.
I know. I miss how are we doing on the stream?
253.
We're gonna lose you guys.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go uphill, so we will lose you guys. But I miss my home. I miss my stuff. You know? I miss, you know, where we live. I want to go home. I've wanted to go home for a few days now, you know? But I don't whine about it, and I don't cry about it, and, you know, or get upset about these things.
I cry.
You do not.
I'm crying right now.
You're not crying. You know what? You just need to drive right now.
I'm crying.
No, you're not.
Yeah, sorry.
But
Actually,
check it out. We have met some
I
awesome.
can talk about all the people that I miss. You know who you are, who you are out there, right? I can't even say their names.
Yeah.
I can say, well, I can't. No, I'm not going to.
No.
I don't want them
I
to
didn't
end
say
up
any
on the
names.
internets.
Yeah.
I miss I'm not even going to say who I miss.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to know who I miss. You know who you are.
Yes, they do.
Right?
Yep. But we've met some really cool people here, right?
Yeah. I miss my girls.
There you go.
I hope one day soon, throughout all this, you guys will be proud. As a matter of fact, I know you will. You'll be proud. I promise you. James.
It's been an amazing journey, though, right? And like I said, we have met some really cool people. For all the people that stood in there and said, go home.
Where you at? Over the hill? You're over the hill?
Be careful. Be careful through here.
Okay, we're right behind you. Did you just come down the hill?
For as many people, I was saying, for as many people as want everyone to go home, that's how many people want you to stay. I mean, you heard them tell.
Actually, that room was pretty split. That high school was pretty split.
It was.
It really was.
But
which is a good thing.
You heard the people after the meeting, you know, say to Pete, "We don't want you to leave," you know.
Isn't that cool?